to make a cottage garden, even though that is not the style of my yard. Hey guys, good morning. Today is a really beautifully warm, sunny day. I'm really excited to go out there and do some gardening. Now, I am such a distracted gardener. Sometimes when I go outside, I literally just walk around for like an hour looking at everything and thinking about how it's gonna be, where I'm gonna move things. Yeah, I get really distracted because I'm so excited, but I wanna just get a few things done in the garden. I'm really excited to clean up the yard a little bit and plant a few things, and then also probably move a few things around because I'm always doing that, which kind of annoys my husband Victor. Sorry, Victor. Before I do any of that, I want to show you guys my yard, what it looks like, and my dreams and goals for it, because I have a dream to make a cottage garden, even though that is not the style of my yard. Let me show you what I mean. So this is the view from my kitchen window. I can see into my backyard, and I really want this front garden bed to be filled with lots of flowers. And now I'm outside in my backyard. You can kind of see how the space looks. I do have a lot of things I've planted in here over the years. It's filled with perennials that will bloom once summer starts, but there's still a lot of exposed ground, and what I want is for the space to be completely filled with like a cottage garden flower vibe. And then over on this side I have a lot of ferns and shrubs that are evergreen, which is nice and lush, but I do want it to have a lot more color and a lot more flowers. Now when we bought this house, it had a lot of established bushes and shrubs and trees, so it has a really nice northwest feel, but what I want to add to it is just more color. That is just my dream, so I love everything that we have already, and I'm just trying to figure out how can I tuck in more flowers, more color. So that's something that I've been working on for the last few years, but I do have to be realistic, and I have to think about what can realistically grow here because it's on a steep slope and it's in the shade. But I do have lots of dreams to still make it into a cottage garden somehow, and I'm excited to document this process. Over on this side of my yard, I have pretty deep shade along this fence. I would love to do like a hydrangea hedge. I already planted a couple hydrangeas in that area, so we'll see how that turns out. And then over here is where we did our vegetable and fruit garden last year, and it grew really good because it gets lots of sun over here. So pretty soon here I'm going to be planning what I'm going to be planting this year and starting some seeds indoors. Okay, one of the things I have already planted last December and is growing is a bunch of spring bulbs. I was really inspired by this Danish gardener named Klaus Dalby. I'll link his YouTube channel below. He will do like the most beautiful arrangements with just pots for the front yard, or for his front of his house. So I wanted to do that, and I think there's only 10 pots here, but I filled them with tulips, daffodils, hyacinths, and they've just been here covered for the last few months, and I think today I'm gonna move them to my front yard so that they can start blooming slowly over there. I think that'll be really cute, but isn't this so fun, just like seeing the first signs of spring? It just makes me so happy. And this is kind of my walkway to my house. Okay, look at these cute little English daisies that I bought yesterday at Costco. I think today I'm gonna plant like a drift here and somewhere over here. Okay, I laid these guys out, so I think this is how I'm gonna plant them. These are obviously blooming a little bit earlier than they would normally and than they would next year, but they're so cute. This like double color English daisy, just adorable. Okay, here's the final results over here. I think that's really cute. Little clump of these guys. Okay, I think I decided to plant them like this. I was kind of struggling a little bit because this came with 9 plants and I did 5 here. And now I have like a even number, which is never good. You need to do odd numbers apparently. But I think that looks good. Next on the agenda, I wanted to move and divide a lungwort plant that was getting too much sun in the front here. I used to be really scared of dividing plants, but lately I just chop them into pieces with my shovel and they always seem to replant just fine. So these I'm going to move to a more shady location in our front yard, and I think it turned out good. And this is what this plant looks like when it is in bloom in the spring. It has very pretty blue flowers. Now my last task of the day is bringing up all the pots to the front yard and arranging them in a nice and pleasing sort of way. And I think for me the hardest part about gardening is being realistic, because I can look at all of these beautiful gardens from people that have spent years and lots of money building their gardens, and it makes me feel like I want to do it too, and I want to do it really fast. But obviously gardening is a slow and steady process, especially if you're on a budget like I'm trying to be. It takes years for your plants to get big enough and mature enough. So yeah, just trying to be patient and just enjoying the flowers and plants that I have and adding a little bit here and there as I go along. Okay, here's my final product for today. Put some tulips here, or spring bulbs. There's my cat. Hello. Luna. Okay, and then over here I have these right here. It's cute. I really like it, but nothing like that one guy with his thousands of pots, huh? But I'll keep you guys updated on how they bloom. Okay, you guys, I just got back inside after being out there for probably 3-4 hours, and there's still so much that I didn't get to. I didn't plant any of those spring plants that I wanted to plant. I didn't plant the roses. I didn't start any seeds, which is something that I want to do soon. Yeah, I'm so excited for spring. I'm so excited to get there in the garden, but I'm really proud of what I did do. Actually, the front yard looks really nice, and I know that I'm like a little bit early with planting those little English daisies, but I just can't wait. I'm like a risk taker when it comes to gardening. I just like to see what happens. So fingers crossed they will survive. I did leave them overnight yesterday and it got down to 35 degrees at night, and in the morning they look just fine. So I think, I mean, they are hardy perennials, maybe. I think it's gonna be okay. Before I go, just wanted to tell you guys, I did start reading The Nightingale, and this book is so good. I've read 2 books by Kristen Hanna. My sister-in-law actually loves this author, and she was telling me about her for probably like a year or 2, but her books are historical fiction, and they just sounded like so deep and long that I wasn't ready to like jump into that world. But then I actually still have this book from her. I read The Women by her, and this was such a good book. Let me know, have you guys read this? Really good book. And then I read The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna, and that book was my favorite read of last year. That was such a good book. Anyways, I'm halfway through this. Everyone told me it's super sad, so I am prepared to cry. I mean, I have cried already a lot halfway through. Not bawled, but like got teary-eyed. But yeah, I highly recommend her books. They're not hard to read. Her style of writing and storytelling is really good. Actually, she just really draws you into the story and the characters. So highly recommend. That was just a little booktube sprinkled into this video. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.